everybody! We're going to talk about these little guys right now. Potatoes. So, here at the Normankin household, we really like our pomme de terres, our patates, as they call them in the Charente, in the Saintonge. And we have a whole bunch of different varieties of potatoes that we are growing. We're actually going to grow 4 different types this year. This is a Norland Red. That's a nice mid-season growth. Around these guys too. These are purple potatoes. Actually, this one's a variety called Adirondack Blue, so they're actually going to be blue all the way through the middle. And these are in early. So early potatoes, 85 to 90 days. Mid-season is going to be about 100 days, and then what we've got over here is some fingerlings. These are going to be about 120 days from us popping these in the ground and us harvesting all those lovely potatoes, and they all taste differently. So that's why it's important to have different types for different times of the season, but also for different things. With our these are great. These Adirondack Blues, these are good for new potatoes. So we're going to be boiling and cooking them whole. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing. We can always shave off some of that skin and what have you. Norland Reds, great keeping potatoes. This is going to keep us in potatoes for the rest of the year. And then our fingerling potatoes, those are also going to be nice too. I like the Norland Reds because we have some nice reddy coloured skin. You can see just about there. It's difficult to tell with potatoes because they all look a bit dirty anyway when you get them all, but you can see there that's definitely red. These blues, same difference. They don't look very blue on the outside, but you can just about see there a little bluish hue to what's going to be the leaf. So what do we do with them? Some people will just say throw them in the ground. And yes, you can just toss them in the ground. But remember, if we can start them indoors, and right now, we're the first week of May, it's still a little cold at night for putting stuff out. The early potatoes probably could go out this week, next week, because even though it's very cool in an evening, early potatoes, so long as they're well covered, will tolerate some of that coolness. Main croppers, these Norland Reds, were not going to like going out too early, so we otherwise keep them. But what we can do to kind of help them get a bit of a head start is chit them. What chitting is we're taking our little potato here, and you see all these little nodules that are on it, the little nodules that we see there. Those are going to become the shoots of the plant. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a good sized seed tray and we're just going to pop them in the top. Okay, so pop it in there, pop that one in there too, and we're just going to pop them all the way in this seed tray. And the reason for that is we're going to encourage our little potatoes here to actually start to bud up and pretend that they're in the ground, because by orientating them so the little sprouts are coming out, those little eyes are pointing up, that's going to tell our potato which way to grow. So they're going to push upwards. That's exactly what we want to do. So you see, this one's a little bit of a difficult one because we've got one eye down here, but we've got 2 eyes up here. So what I'm just going to do, I'm going to scrub out that eye and kind of say, no, Mr. Potato, don't grow from there, grow from this top one. And we're going to pop that one in there. So those eyes are pointing up, so the potato knows which way to orientate itself. This one here is a great example. Look at that. That's got a good sized chit on it. I started chitting this one a couple of days ago, and it's already starting to go in the right direction. Okay, so moves from just that little eye we just saw on the other potato there. One of these little eyes can become a well-established start there just in a couple of days. So again, we're going to pop all these in here. If they're too big, and some people, big potato, you can actually cut that in half and start it out of 2, okay? We're not going to worry too much about that because we have lots of potatoes to do here, so we've got lots of them on the go out of our main crop. And the nice thing about potatoes is you can really grow them in anything. I'm going to be showing you how we put them in a new bed, which is just a recycled box that we had from moving some furniture. We had a big crate, so we've cut that box up, we've recycling that wooden box, and we're making our potato box. But you can grow them if you have got an old bucket. You can just pop them in the bucket, add some soil on top, and just help those potatoes come through. You can just throw them into a bag. Plastic bag is okay. Bang some holes in the bottom for drainage, and then put your potatoes in top, and then just keep adding more dirt as the greens come up. Because remember, with potatoes, the trick to this is those greens, every time it gets to the top, it's going to kind of produce more roots, and we're eating the roots. Remember, potatoes are a root vegetable. What we have here, this is roots, so we want lots more roots to generate lots more nodules like this, so we can eat these spuds. Okay, so there we are. We've got a nice little set of potatoes, and then what we're going to do, we're going to pop it up here on the shelf. You see, we're just going to pop it up here next to the marigolds on the top shelf there, and that will help it sprout. It's a little weird, I know, putting those potatoes up there for the sun to kind of get the sprouts going, but trust me, in a week's time that's going to be great. We'll be able to put them outside, especially once it's warmed up a little bit, and we won't need to worry too much about those Norland reds kind of getting a bit of a cold snap and killing off the tops. Okay, so I know we're all eager beavers to get out there to get stuff in the garden, but just hold off. Find a little spot like I have in a little corner here. It's great. And just start things indoors. Some stuff can go outside, you know, cool weather stuff, cauliflowers, cabbages, turnips, beetroot, all of that can go outside, but most of our tender stuff, just hold off. You know, don't want to jump the gun too much, and hold it back 2 or 3 weeks, and we'll have some really wonderful produce and vegetables and flowers this summer. It's going to be really, really worth it, but just hold off, because you know that we can get a little bit of frost or a little bit of a cool night and it just decimates everything. So don't do that. Just hold off, and we can pop them all outside. Or if you are going outside, we can make it plush, and I'll show you how to do that in a later video. Okay. Well, I'm off to go get a cup of tea. Toodaloo.